Driveway Primitive. Today I'm showing you another plant, and I'm right on the side of the highway, so hopefully I don't get run over. This is a sand cherry, and it's a little bit past its prime, but you can see. Let's see if I can. Here's the little cherries that grow on it. They're not as sweet as what we're used to putting on ice cream. They got a big seed in the middle, for no bigger than the cherry, but I've actually seen worse. This would be more of a pie cherry. You'd use this to cook with. And it's actually more related to the rose bush. It's a cousin of the rose. I'm in North Georgia. This plant really shouldn't be here. This is a Canadian plant. Sometimes they'll get down to Pennsylvania, but this is some vegetation, edible vegetation that belongs in a sandier place, in a much cooler place. It does grow here, obviously. This is the only stand that I know of personally, but it will grow. But our thick red clays keep it small. They keep it dwarfed. If you want to bring something like this up to North Georgia and plant it, or into these warmer areas, you need to condition the ground with some sand, maybe lift it up so there'll be more drainage. They do make good container plants, but because it's a container, you're exposing the roots to the cold during the winter. So you might need to wrap it with some burlap or bring it in. One thing I've noticed about this plant is that it does not seem to get this black knot that our native cherries and plums get. This is an awful problem in North Georgia because we have wild cherries growing everywhere, and they are a carrier of this black knot. And you just really almost can't get rid of this. Some people will spray different fungicides, and pruning can help, just cutting it out every winter and burning it. But this black knot, when it starts to rain in the spring, the spores go everywhere, and they get all over any plum or cherry trees that you've brought in from other areas and planted. The native species can fight it off well, but they are carriers. This little guy doesn't seem to get that, but you know, the cherries aren't as good either. It is something you can plant, and if you do a little bit of site preparation, I think you'd be happier with the size. These can get to be burly bushes that you have to trim back, but these have been here, I'd say 5 years, and they're no bigger than this. And I'll pan to the right, and you can see a few more in a line here. So there are some various sized ones, but these really need to be moved and taken better care of. They will. I have about 10 here. They'll produce a good little basket full of these cherries that are good for cooking. I snack on them, but most people think they're a little bitter. All right.